Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome to another exciting episode of LT Showcase. I am Lucious T, and this week, as well as this whole month of June, we are taking a look at the Super Nintendo. No real theme as far as the type of games, it's more just some Super Nintendo odds and ends. We got some obscure games, we have some homebrews, and just things like that. So, we're going to start off with Firestriker on the Super Nintendo, a game I picked up back in 2015. I want to say I got it for about $48. It's now going for around $100, so that's nice. And what do I think about it? Let's find out.
There's a lot of games out there, some of which you've never even heard of. That's where I come in. I'm Lucious T. I've been playing games since the age of 2. I have no life. This is retroactive.
So I've tried playing Firestriker in the past when I bought it. I played a little bit through it, and I don't know what it is with my cartridge, but it just crapped out. So I was a little worried when I put this into my Super Nintendo, well, not even my Super Nintendo, my analog Super NT, because I couldn't get it to run even after cleaning it. Opened it up, everything looked fine, and finally on my last ditch effort I hit go and it finally worked. And then I'm playing through the whole thing. There's no way to save because it's a relatively short game. You can beat it in about 2-ish hours or so. I assume if you lose all your lives that you basically have to start from the beginning, which I wasn't about to do, thank God, because, I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's really a unique game. I've never played anything like it. It pretty much combines a Breakout style sort of Arkanoid game with almost a pinball-like field, and then you are given the role of a guy who, instead of using flippers to hit the ball, which is you're called a Firestriker because you can hit this glowing orb, it's supposed to be a fireball, and send it into the field, and you use it to kill monsters and blocks, but the monsters can kill you, and if you end up losing the ball down the pit, then that kills you too. And you have 3 lives. Your lives are represented by, well, they're continues. They're represented by little stars. You can pick up stars on the field. You have a power shot that lets you hit the ball super hard and turns it red, but it doesn't make it any more powerful as far as I could tell. That's about it. The only other power-up is not even a power-up, it's life. And you get those at random from the different enemies you kill and from the different blocks you kill. And this is 2-player potential, which is super cool. I love games that let you go through the story with 2 players. One of you is controlling the person who walks the field. At first you start with the dude with the sword. As you progress through the game, you unlock all these champions. You unlock the champion of fire, water, and stone. As far as I can tell, they all pretty much play the same. The stone guy moves slower, the fire guy moves faster, the water guy can breathe underwater, and certain levels require you to use the new characters. So really, you can only go through the game with the sword guy for as much time as you can. And the translation of this game is not great. I mean, the text, the typeface is kind of overly large. I've never heard of the company that made this. There's even some of the music sounds just kind of repetitive, not memorable. One of the bosses, I mean, all the bosses are kind of called weird things like Intel and stuff. I don't know if it's supposed to represent that, because they make it seem like the world was destroyed and then these monsters rebuilt the world, so it's kind of like you're killing the people who restored the Earth. But as far as the game goes, super unique. Really, really a lot of fun. Love to go through it with a second player. It's a great pick up and play type of game where you can beat it in an hour or 2 with a friend. Just nothing else like it I've ever played. The fact that you can walk completely throughout the playing field, hit the ball, go through the different areas. It's like a pinball Breakout RPG type game. There's no leveling or anything, but it's got a little bit of a semblance of a story. And it's fun. And thank God I didn't run out of the lives, because I imagine you have to start from the beginning. But even then, it extends the life of the game, because let's face it, the cost of this game is going for about $100. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. I definitely, if I'm going to say pick it up, emulate it, or skip it, this is a solid emulate it. Maybe pick it up if you have a solid person you play games with and you really want to have that 2-player experience. But as far as the rating goes, I got to give it an 8. Solid game, a lot of fun just for the uniqueness alone, but that's about where I'd end up on it. So you have it, Firestriker, a very interesting game. One of those games that I'd love to go through with a second player, gen, or whatnot. It is one of those rare 4-player games as well, so I do have the multi-tap for the Super Nintendo, and I'm sure the way it works is you have 2 on each side. So just a fun game all around, very unique experience. Liked it, you know, definitely not worth the cost of the investment. Unless you're looking for some type of obscure local co-op game to play with someone who, you know, would like that thing. Anyways, it's so nice getting a hold of you guys. Take care.